Hello, I'm Kathy Grover. I am going to be your instructor for the summer section of Instructional Program Leadership, which is EDA 60000. Some of you all I know I've met in face-to-face courses, and so you'll recognize my face. Some of you I have not met and probably won't get to meet until maybe graduation ceremony or something like that on campus in St. Charles area. I actually live in Springfield, Missouri, and so this course is going to be an online course. We will be meeting asynchronously, which means you get to watch the video that I prepare for each module at your leisure, and you get to work on your assignments at the time that works for you. However, I do want you to know if you would like to visit with me, we can visit over the phone. My cell phone number, mobile number is on the syllabus. You can call me on that number. You can text me at that number. You also can send me an email message if you have any questions. I know sometimes with an online course you feel like there's not a lot of contact, and I want you to realize that we can definitely have contact. I also am willing to video chat with you. We have the Teams app on Outlook that we can use through Lindenwood, or I have a Zoom account. We can set up a Zoom session if we need to visit more face-to-face on any topics. Since it is an online course, and I want to sort of let you know how it will lay out for this summer semester. Our summer semester goes from May 18th, which is a Monday, through July 10th, which is a Friday. In this course, that's about 8 weeks, we are going to have 4 modules to cover. And so basically the modules will be about 2 weeks in length. I will open, or the first module will be available for you to view beginning May 18th. And then by May the 25th, the following Monday, I will have the other 3 modules published that you can access and look at the assignments. And that way, if you have some kind of plans that are going on this summer, maybe a vacation or whatever it may be, you can sort of plan around the due dates for the assignments around your schedule that's coming up. So I did want to mention to you on the first module, which when you go into your Canvas shell, over on the left-hand side, some of you may be very familiar with this, maybe others are not, there's a place that says modules. And if you click on that, it will take you to the modules that have been published. And the assignments for that module will all be there. You can go in and work on an assignment, take care of whatever is due for that assignment, then you can upload that and then arrow right to the next assignment. So it makes it really easy to make sure that you have completed everything that needs to be done. Sort of helps you keep track. Actually, once I get the other modules on there, then you'll be able to just right-click into them as well. There is quite a bit of reading to be done for the assignments for the modules. You will be asked to make videos for some of the assignments or do a podcast, whichever you prefer to do to upload. You'll have some papers to write for some of the assignments. And then you will do an interview. You'll do a video recording of interviewing someone. And so there's a variety of things to be done in the assignments that are coming up through the semester. Prior to the modules, the very first assignment that you have, which each of the assignments within a module will also be published on the assignments page. In addition, there are 2 more assignments that are brief that I wanted you to do at a particular time that do not show up under the modules section. The first one is an assignment that's due on July 19th. That's Tuesday. It's due by 11:59 p.m. and it is the course ethics agreement. It doesn't take long. You may have done this for other courses, and so you may be very familiar with what it is. And basically, it's just a reminder and an agreement from you as a student to follow the ethical practices of doing your own work and that type of thing. The second assignment comes toward the end of the semester, and it will not publish until July the 6th. And the reason is this is a survey for you on the course and what we covered, if we met the requirements of the course and what it was said to be. It's called the Authentication Survey. It will be available for you on July 6th, and it's due by July the 10th at 11:59. It also won't take long, but I just wanted you to have a little more time to have it to consider it, because you will be doing other work possibly and finishing up other assignments. Let's see, I want to go back to you too with the modules that I am assigning. Like I said, Module 1 will be available May the 18th. First thing after the clock turns from the 17th to the 18th, it will be available to you. And then those assignments in that module will be due at 11:59 on a Sunday evening. I believe it's the 31st of May. So you can count from the Monday that a module comes open, go one full week, another week to the Sunday, and that will be when the assignment is due at 11:59 p.m. on a Sunday. The only module that is not set up that way is Module 4, and I have made it available to you earlier than a Monday. I've made it a couple of days earlier in that week ahead, and then it will be due Friday evening at 11:59 because that's the end of the semester. Also, as this video is going to be added on May 18th to your Canvas shell, there will also be videos for each of the modules published the first Monday that the module is truly assigned. So Module 2, I believe, let me look here really quick, on the 25th, on June 1st, Module 2 video will be available for you to view, and it will just be me discussing what's coming up in that module. For Module 3, I will have it available for you, let me see here, on the 15th of June. And then Module 4, I will have that video available on the 29th of June for you all to view. And in those, I will just briefly go over what it is that that module main topics, what those are. And so that sort of describes to you the layout of the course. One of the tips that another professor on campus gives her students is to set up sort of an agreement with yourself that you're going to work 2 hours a day for this course to be prepared, to have your assignments ready and turned in on time so that you don't get caught at the last minute trying to finish something. And her tip was that you say, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to work 2 hours a day on this course, or I'm going to put $2 in a jar over here and pay myself for not getting, not doing what I was supposed to do. I'm going to put money in the jar, so I have to pay, and that way you might save a little bit of money, but the goal is just to keep it fresh in your mind, that to spend a little bit of time each day, I say a little bit, a couple hours each day, working on this course, and then that way you shouldn't get behind and be in a rush to get your assignments turned in on time. Okay, I'm going to shift gears a little bit now and talk about the content of the course. And I'm going to sort of do the preview for the first module as I go through this, and then tell you what will be coming up in the other modules as we go along. This course is based on the National Education Leadership Preparation Standard number 4, which is about learning and instruction. And you will see that noted in the syllabus. We show that alignment to the standards and what our objectives are. In Standard 4, there are 4 components. And those 4 components align with the 4 modules that we will be going through and talking about during this course. The first component has to do with high quality curriculum. And some of you have, I'm sure, worked on curriculum in your school districts. You may teach courses on writing curriculum. You may have written curriculum for your district or reviewed pre-written curriculum to see if it's appropriate for your district. And so that's what we're going to be discussing. In each one of these components in the standard, we are tasked with learning how to design, implement, and evaluate whatever that component is. So in this first module, we are going to be focused on designing, implementing, and evaluating high-quality curriculum. And so in the state of Missouri, we have our state standards. And so as we begin developing curriculum, high-quality curriculum, we want to look for alignment to those and making sure that we're using good, rich instructional strategies and so forth. Implementation, this is where we can start having some thought and discussion, and we can sort of play devil's advocate and discuss what might need to be done with curriculum depending on where you are on the implementation. Do we want to strictly hold everyone to exactly the same type of strategies that are being used, or length of time spent on certain topics, or do we want to give instructors latitude so that they can possibly adjust their curriculum and design as they need to for certain students or classes or whatever the case may be. And then for the evaluators, principals, maybe even assistant principals, assistant superintendents, maybe even coaches who may not be giving evaluations as far as job performance for rehire or something like that, but just how are they doing with the curriculum in their classroom, or how is the curriculum looking for this content area from the coaches and instructional coaches point of view. So you'll want to be thinking about those types of things, and your very first assignment is to do a video or podcast where you are going to tell us what you think about high quality curriculum. What does it mean at designing and evaluating and so forth? And so that will be your first assignment for that first component. Now I'm going to go through the other components a little bit more quickly. Component number 2 is about coherent systems of support in schools. And again, we're going to look at how do we design those, how do we implement them, and how do we evaluate them. Component number 3, which will go with Module 3, is about culturally responsive systems regarding assessment, data collection, analysis and management, making sure that you're responsive to the culture that you're in as those things are designed, implemented, and evaluated. And then Component 4 is about district-wide systems. So here again, we're talking about curriculum, instructional assessment, student services, technology use, instructional resources. How are you going to set those systems up? How are you going to design them, implement them, and evaluate them? So that's what we're going to be doing. The processes that we want to put in place and learn about are really the same as far as design, implement, and evaluate. But how do we do that for each of these very important areas in district level leadership? And so we want to know what that looks like. And each role that we talked about earlier, whether you're a superintendent, assistant superintendent, building principal, assistant principal, perhaps in a coaching position, what those different perspectives might look like And so we can keep that in mind also as we have our discussions and work through the assignments that we have. So that's what we will be doing over the next few weeks. And I want to tell you I'm excited about the class. This is what I did in public education for 13 years. I was assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, and so it's near and dear to my heart. And I have had the opportunity to understand how it is different from different perspectives, and there are different considerations that have to be made depending on your role in the district, and each of those roles is very important and has a special role to play to carry out an excellent system in a school. So I hope that you guys will enjoy delving into this reading. There is quite a bit of reading to do as the background, and I hope you'll enjoy having discussion posts, and I'm going to enjoy listening to your responses as videos or recordings also on your thoughts on these topics. So I will let you go for this evening, and I will be talking to you in a couple of weeks. Again, if you have any questions, please be sure to email, give me a call or a text, or we'll video chat. Have a good evening. Bye.